Yet in the end, they will be saved. Oh boy. What's going on now? There's so many men folks crying like gals. Take up arms, take up arms. Who you gonna fight? You got some on this side talking about taking up arms. You got these on this side talking about asking for help from the government. We need better gun laws over here. Really? But who's gonna decide to humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways? For in that day, says the Most High of heaven's armies, or Yahuwah Sabaoth, I will break the yoke from their necks and snap their chains. Pardon me. Foreigners will no longer be their masters. For my people will serve the Most High their Elohim, and their king descended from David. The king I will rise up for them, Yahushua, the Most High salvation, Yahushua HaMashiach. So do not be afraid, Jacob, my servant. Do not be dismayed, Yasharel, says the Most High. For I will bring you home again from distant lands, and your children will return from their exile. Yasharel will return to a life of shalom and quiet, and no one will terrorize them. For I am with you and will save you, says the Most High. I will completely destroy the nations where I have scattered you, but I will not completely destroy you. He said, I will completely destroy the nations that I scattered you out to. But I will not completely destroy you, even though you deserve it. That's me saying. I will discipline you, but with justice. I cannot let you go unpunished. What was that song he kept reminding me of? Can't let you walk around thinking it's alright to let me down. I remember. Oh, I remember. I will discipline you, but with justice. I cannot let you go unpunished. And I wrote this as a note. So if you play with fire, sin, you will get burnt. And if you continue to play with it, you will die. This is what the Most High says. Your injury is incurable, a terrible wound. There is no one to help you or to bind up your injury. No medicine can heal you. All your lovers, your allies have left you and do not care about you anymore. I have wounded you cruelly, as though I were your enemy. For your sins are many and your guilt is great. You like that fire? And I was just thinking, family, look at that cat. Well, oh boy, thank you, Father. Just like that cat is out here independent, or the cat that I had, they love to be independent. They only want to come around during feeding time. That's how we are. We love the sin. We love the fire. We love the steamy hot fire until that season of pleasure is over with for good. We love to hear that little tap on the window. Oh boy, that little knock on the door. And little sweet whispers of nothing in our ear. Hey baby, it's me, Jody. Come open the door. Oh boy. And mind you, that was a confirmation of why I said that. I experienced that myself. I've seen that myself and heard that myself just last evening from my neighbor. And you begin to see a pattern in people's lives simply because they're walking the same path, like we said before, that you walk. So I used to be the fella knocking on the window or tapping on the door to have an episode of fire, playing with fire. Pardon me. But I had to come to my senses and quit because of this text here. I wanted you cruelly. Pardon me. As though I were your enemy. For your sins are many, and your guilt is great. Why do you protest punishment? This wound has no cure. I have had to punish you because your sins are many and your guilt is great. But all who devour you will be devoured, and all your enemies will be sent into exile. All who plunder you will be plundered, and all who attack you will be attacked. I will give you back your health and heal your wounds, says the Most High. For you are called an outcast, Jerusalem, for whom no one cares. This is what the Most High says. When I bring Yasharel home again from captivity and restore their fortunes, Jerusalem will be rebuilt on its ruins and the palace reconstructed. Okay, that's it. Praise the Most High. Maybe the Most High let us come back and read over the rest of 30 and 31 in the next recording, but he said that's it. So the main point that we was trying to get across is the independence of Yasharel. Or should we say their love for independence. Like I said, he told me one time before, he said we love to be independent from his laws, statutes, and commandments, but we want to be dependent upon his blessings. Something like that. We had a real nice, sketchy idea about that. Praise the Most High. We want to be free from the Most High. We don't want no part of him here in the land of our captivity. Until them things start happening we can't control and don't understand. That cat better watch himself. There's a big hawk right there just circling, hunting the hunter. Oh boy, oh boy. Look how the Most High works. See, we want to be independent from the Most High while we out here hunting and doing our thing, playing these games, playing with fire. But not knowing Hasatan is right above us, just waiting on his time, his minute, he get the clear. See, there you go right there. The cat right over there, the hawk right here. The cat right over there on the other side of the fence. You can see him right there. But the hawk is looking at him. He's seeing him, trying to figure out how he can get down there in that brush or that coverage to get a hold of him. Well, family, we're going to let that be our time. This was so strong on me earlier this morning. The main reasons I don't play with fire no more. What we say, maturity Being burnt, main one. Maturity, the healing process, and then which becomes first in your reasonings for not even going out sinning and playing with fire is your love for the Most High. But he said we're going to wake up in the land of our captivity. Like an old saying goes, I heard my mama say all the time, when you know better, you do better. You know better. Hallelujah. So we gotta do better, Yasharel. And just like I heard somebody else preaching on, what is the preacher saying now? What's the church got to say? What are they saying to do? I'm gonna answer that from what I've heard one say. He said, take up arms, protect your family. Really, Rib? Really, Rib? You'll be better off preaching some word and telling folks to turn from their wicked ways, humble themselves and pray. But sad to say, it's not gonna get better. It's only gonna get worse. Because as the text says, judgment begins in the house. And like the idea we had a prior recording, the Most High said, I can do more than one thing at a time. Can you? Can you be faithful and obedient and therefore eat the good of the land? Or will you continue to be hateful and hard-headed, stiff-necked, and be judged with the enemy? Your enemy, my enemy. What a question. It starts with maturity, though. That's what I think. It all starts with some form of maturity. Wherever that maturity leads you, like I said, first coming to the realization that, dog, I'm getting burnt. Putting one and two together, saying this fire is causing me to be hurting and burnt. And a lot of that is simple common sense. And then the healing process, which I think got me, I don't usually tell this testimony, but when I was young, I was going out to a field trip to the Capitol. And I got up early that morning calling myself making me some sweet tea. Oh boy. And I made me a big pot of sweet tea, or tea at the time. I used one of them big pots that you know mama cook all the collard greens in. However, in the process of pouring the tea into my thermos, it didn't go right. Oh boy, let's just say it didn't go right. family, I tear up to this day just thinking about it. Simply because I have a huge scar on my thigh now and on my private that tells that story. And I don't mean to be, what's the word? When you talk, say something you shouldn't say in explaining something. But it goes to show how bad it was and how much of a lesson that I had to learn from playing with fire. And in both cases, I got instant bubbles in that area and on my thigh. And on my thigh, which was more severe, I had instant peeling. And at the same time, it wasn't so instant. And I think that was the harshest reality of that situation. Simply because on the trip, oh, you know I went. You know I took that ride to the Capitol. I wasn't gonna let that deter me from going on my trip. But I didn't enjoy it. I sat on the bus the whole time with my legs swelled up from a big bubble of water inside my leg. The skin had formed a big bubble and a bunch of water, fluid inside of that burn. So yeah, it was what they call the different levels of the burn, 1 and 2. It was quite severe. And that pocket bust on the trip. So I'm sitting on the bus with a big old leg full of a big spot of wet spot on my leg. And in the most terrible pain. My teacher came back and I had to let her know what was going on. She was asking me, well, why you sit on the bus? And I went on and told her. She gave me some BC powder. I remember like it was yesterday, y'all. See, that's how pain will do you. See, that's how playing with fire would do you. You remember every part of the situation, every occurrence of what happened. And like I said, it was just like yesterday to me. I was so excited about this trip and ended up not being able to take it. Now see, I gotta say this before I end this idea. The idea of me taking tea wasn't wrong. But the idea of me being hard-headed was. Because you know Mama warned me and told me to let my sister Jackie help me. And she was crying more than I would, Most High bless her. She was just a crying and hurt. Feeling guilty when it wasn't nobody's fault but mine. And see, that's how we are when we end up getting hurt and it hurts our loved ones and they feeling bad because it's their responsibility to take care of us. Well, it was her responsibility to take care of me at that time and not have me in there trying to cook no tea. Praise the Most High. I love y'all. Stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.